¿Cómo está el
weather.
clima? ¿Cómo está el clima?
En estos momentos hay una temperatura de 7 grados con cielo nublado en el municipio de Union. En el municipio de Union hoy estará parcialmente nublado. Se prevé.
We have 2014 Range Rover Sports. We are doing a Naviks CarPlay module. Comes with all these harnesses, module, LDVS connections. We're going to install that. The first step we're going to do is to remove this center dash. You just carefully pry this out. The entire panel comes out. Like that. No special tool. You can use a panel popper to remove, but as you can see, you can just pull the entire center dash out. So next step is there are 4 torque screws right here, 2 on each side. The metal frame comes out. Don't lose them because you're going to have to put everything back in. Now the metal frame comes out. Carefully separate this metal frame. After that, there should be 4 more screws right above this plastic envelope. Take that out. What number is that? That's the Torx number 20. Okay, so after you remove 4 screws on both sides, simply remove this plastic piece, put it on the side like that. You don't have to disconnect them, there are plugs on it. There are 4 more screws on the part of it that's holding on to the actual display part of it. Now you can remove this display. Careful. There is a plugs. I'm gonna disconnect that. Alright, to remove the main head unit, go behind the armrest. You're gonna pry this air vent out. Just pry this out. There is a plug underneath. Unplug it. And right above, there is a rubber mat here. Remove the rubber mat, and there are 2 8 mils right there. So once you have those out, this silver trim can come out like this. The reason that you want to take this out is we're going to have to take the silver trims on the side that kind of overlap. So once you remove that silver trim the back, then you go on the side of it. You're going to pry that. Start it from the back side of it. You pull out little. Very carefully pry this silver trim on both sides. So the reason that we are taking it out is because the silver trim that goes over this air vent area, it overlaps in the back here. So in order to remove this, you're gonna have to take the back side out first. Then this thing pries upward, like these clips are here. You pry upward, and you basically slide out like this. Because if you try to slide out from the front, it's gonna be difficult. Not only is going down this way, but it also slides under part of the radio. So you need to take this side one out, and you can see it goes down this way. So it's better to just start it from the back, pry that upward, slide back and it releases. So you're going to do the same thing on this side. So you go slide upward, slide up, and pull. So now once you have that out, then this plastic bezel on the radio, it comes out, no special trick. Same thing like this one, on the part of it, there are screws here. These are Torx number 20, they're all Torx number 20. So once you have 4 screws out, this switch panel comes out. Now you can access the back. So let's disconnect this one right here. Right. So after you get the face off, there's 4 8mm bolt right here. And this black plastic should be released. Okay. Okay, so that's just one plug right there that detaches. Now there's screws right here, one on each side. Luckily, they are all same Torx number 20. Protect the center dash with a towel and slide this radio out straight. Now, there is a fiber optic cable. This is a orange one. Be careful not to cut or kink because that's a fiberglass. You don't want to bend it. So this is the main module for this LDVS harness, LVDS actually. That's the video cable. You plug it in. Alright, now that's going to provide in and out. So these go behind the display. You unplug the same cable looking like this. Male goes in and female goes to the factory harness. Then also we're going to plug in this. That gives you USB and all the audio video outputs. Screw that in, and also has another connection. This one goes in here.
Okay.
That's the CAN wire. Okay. And the rest is all T harness. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna unplug the main harness on the back of the radio, which is that big one. Okay, that goes into female side. Okay, and the other side goes back into the radio. So on the back of the monitor, you'll find this gray plug that goes to T harness that comes with. just male and female. Plug it in, and the other side goes back into the monitor side. So we unplug the video cable from the radio. Male goes in. The other side plugs into the female side. This is the Wi-Fi antenna. You're going to plug it in. Let's test it to see if it works. We're just going to try, make sure it works. To get to the CarPlay, go to the navigation button here. We did have a little issue at first. We put LDVS connection on the bottom of the radio. It didn't work. Then I called tech support. They said it has to go behind the display. So we did that. The T-HON is male, female. And after that, it still didn't work right. And I called. They said the dip number switch setting should be like that. So when you change any dip settings on this device, you must disconnect the power and reboot it. Otherwise, it's not going to get effective. So number 5 has to be down, the rest up. Then this works. Let's see.
Sunday's weather.
Alright, to get the audio from, there's 2 ways to do it. You can do either Bluetooth, factory Bluetooth, or aux input. Aux input is a better way to do it. So we go to the home screen, then we go to, well, we are not going to do that. What you're going to have to do is, on the main screen, you hit this top left corner, which is source, which is AM, FM, whatever the function you had previously, you hit this. Then you get this screen here, and you hit. Alright, so you, from the main screen, top left corner is whatever the source you are on, and you go to My Music, and it's aux input is selected. From here, if you hit one more time the plus sign, it gives you all these options. Make sure you're on aux, and you can also do Bluetooth, but I found out aux input is better than Bluetooth in this case. Then after you select the audio source as aux input, you hit this navigation screen right here. This no longer give you a factory navigation, which you're not going to need it anyway, because the CarPlay or Android Auto will pop up like this. So you can use this one, but you cannot go back to the factory navigation because this takes over the factory navigation inputs. Weather. Sometime today is good.
Disculpa, no te entendí.
Right, on this particular model, you have to do 2 things. If you are working on the radio and happens to have an ignition turned on, you may have a airbag light on, whole bunch of indication may pop up. So best way to do it is disconnect the battery. The battery is in the trunk under the spare tire. Or you turn off the car, you should have turned off the car, put this key fob away from the vehicle about 20 feet, because if you see this one, the car side will wake up when you open the door or hit the ignition button, and that's going to cause all kinds of trouble. So be sure to take this key fob away from the vehicle. We install the device behind the display part of it. There is a space you can tuck it behind. And also the antenna doesn't have to be outside. We've been putting behind the unit. We never had any issue with it. So you reinstall 4 screws back in. You're just going to reverse what we did initially. and you put this plastic piece back on. Make sure that if you happen to unplug the plugs on both sides, which is a touch panel, that has to go back in place. Alright, so we're gonna reverse what we did, put everything back together. We're gonna make a hole there for USB. There is a fiberglass light here, so be careful not to hit that. Alright, so we got the USB down there. Down here.
Yes, this one.
The other one.
This one. Yes. Wait.
So once you have the silver ones back in, you gotta put this back in place. Be sure to plug in that plug for the heated seat. The chrome plate goes in first, and the 2/8 mils you gotta put that back in. Okay. Okay, don't forget the rubber mat on the top.
Wait. It's on first. Okay.
Final test, make sure everything is still good. Still works.
¿Cómo está el
Weather.
clima? ¿Cómo está el clima?
En estos momentos hay una temperatura de 7 grados con cielo nublado en el municipio de Union. En el municipio de Union hoy estará parcialmente nublado. Se prevé